Well, hello again. This is the next video, and if you somehow find yourself here, and I did a kind of introductory video on what we're going to talk about. So basically, we're going to talk about how to trade altcoins, and we're going to use three or rather four tools to help us establish good buy prices for altcoins. So this particular video, I'm going to talk about mainly about Fibonacci Retracement Tool. Let's just go into it, shall we? Okay, so once you start up your trading view, you could look for Fibonacci Retracement Tool. It is right here on the right. You should see this pitchfork kind of thing, and then you just scroll down and you find Fibonacci Retracement. So what is Fibonacci Retracement? It looks like this. It's this colorful little box with several lines, and how do people use this to trade is I'm going to show you right now. So the first thing you want to do when you have the Fibonacci Retracement Tool, you want to start at a place where the particular altcoin exploded. Okay, you want to click here. You want to drag it all the way up to the top right here. So to make it neater, you just drag it right here. So make sure the top touches the the very top of this movement and starts from the bottom right here. Okay, so briefly what Fibonacci Retracement Tool is, it's to measure how much how much a movement could retrace before bouncing back up. So this is the misconception with technical analysis. I'm pretty sure everyone have seen, like, okay, it will touch this line right here and it will bounce. It will touch this line, it will bounce. Sure, yes. What these lines all means is that whenever this coin or this particular asset has dropped down to this level, there will be some action going on here. So traders and investors will look at all these numbers and they will see, okay, this is a good place to open a position. So, and then that's why you would see all zigzag lines near this line. So just slap on the Fibonacci Retracement Tool and you would see that there's a lot of things going on those lines. Okay, like right here, you'd see, yeah, it goes up and then it goes up. Yeah, he goes down. So there's sort of action going here. And then the next line is 0.618 level. There's also another action right here. So there's a lot of up downs. And then 0.5 is not exactly a very strong level. So that's why it just shot straight up. 0.382 is a pretty interesting level. You would see a few zigzaggy lines. And then 0.238, this is kind of a weak line as well. Most of the traders would sell a lot. Let's say if you bought it here, a lot of the traders would sell around this area, and that's why you see this. And then this is the top. This is basically FOMO right here. And I will tell you exactly how. Back then, if you look at the charts like this, there's no way you could determine using Fibonacci lines, right? But so this is hindsight. Basically, this is using hindsight to kind of study the movements, and you see all these lines, all this interesting price action movements. Okay. So right here, if you slap on a Fibonacci Retracement Tool, the most interesting parts of the Fibonacci tool is, let me just make it bright orange, and this is, I want it purple. This is my setup. So 2 lines that you want to buy altcoins with using just this tool is this line, 0.786 line. Once you see an altcoin drops here, this is where you should purchase some, open up a position right here. The second line would be 0.618 level. Okay. So let's say, for example, we don't know what's happening to Ethereum. Okay, you slap on these lines and you slap on this Fibonacci Retracement Tool, and you have all these lines, right? So right here, when Ethereum is going down here, this is where you should buy some. Never go all in. You want to split up your capital equally. Well, not equally, depends on your risk appetite. So you want to set up a buy here and you want to set up a buy here. So if it doesn't go down here, it's fine, let it fly. you already bought it here. But look at this. This is exactly where there was a lot of action. It was a clear cut sign that it broke through, right? So if you had a buy order here, it's gonna get it's gonna be filled, but the price didn't go up, and then it goes back down. So you'd say, shit, Fibonacci line didn't work. But you already have this position right here. So when you buy altcoins, you want to first decide whether you want to hold it long term or you want to trade it short term, right? So then the next line is you should have a buy order here, but Ethereum did not crash down here, and there is a technical indicator that shows this why it kind of U-turned from here is. I'm going to talk about it in the next video. So, but basically it is the RSI. Okay, I just make it red. Okay, why Ethereum didn't go down to 0.786 level is because of the RSI. It was majorly oversold, but I will talk about this later. Right? So, if you're a trader, if you want to buy Ethereum, this was a good. You would probably buy here, and right now you're kind of breaking even already. Okay, so using Fibonacci Retracement Tool, you can use it to study the previous movements as well. So do the same thing. Start from the bottom here, go all the way up. The previous all-time highs, the top of this particular movement, and then you would see all these lines again. So look at that. 0.618 level has a lot of action. It didn't really touch the lines, so you gotta be careful sometimes that it doesn't always go to this line and then bounce. It could start bouncing at right above the line. It could start bouncing below the line. So it's not, like I said, it's not a prediction. It's not a crystal ball thingy. It's just a tool that we use to make our decisions and react accordingly. So like I said, 0.618 level had a lot of action. Ethereum dropped down and then it bounced back up. It dropped down again, then bounced back up. Dropped down again, then bounced back up until eventually the selling power was too strong. The alt bear market is too strong. It cracks down below, and look at that. The next place where it bounced is the 0.786 level, and then it cracks down, bounce, and then finally cracks down. There's a reason why this happens, which we're not going to go into it too much today. I just want to share with you guys how Fibonacci Retracement Tool is a good tool to use to make your altcoin buys. Okay, so yeah, using this tool you can kind of find out where's a good place to buy. So this was the previous crazy alt move, right? A crazy bull move, and then it shows that 0.786 level is a very strong level. Eventually cracks down, and then it just went up like crazy. So if you bought here, you would still be profiting off Ethereum. Similarly, if you use it back here, start of the alt movement. Start of the alt movement. You could start here. It really depends on where you put. So then again, we're studying the previous movement, the first Ethereum boom. Look at that, 0.618 level. Again, bounce here, explode. Bounce here, explode. Bounce here, explode. Bounce here, explode. Until it is too much, it cracks down. And the next level you should see is 0.786, where there's a lot of action going in. So if you bought here, fine, just hodl it. If you bought here, this is probably one of the lowest Ethereum could go, and then it just exploded. So using this section right here of Ethereum, we could sort of assume, or I don't want to say predict, but we could assume that Ethereum would do the same thing as well. So let's say this little bull run is happening, right? If we look at back then, we know that the 0.618 level and the 0.786 level is a very high action area. So let's say, excuse me. So same thing, 0.618 level and 0.786 level is where you should purchase your buys. So the signs are all there. This section right here shows as well. 0.618 and 0.786 level is an interesting level. So right now this is currently what's happening. So 0.618 level is it cracks down. This basically means the bear market is too strong, and then you should prepare your next buy right here. Okay. So that's how we use Fibonacci Retracement Tool to kind of predict what Ethereum is going to do using its previous price action. Okay, I'm going to show you an example with EOS, how I traded EOS using Fibonacci Retracement Tool. Okay, so I did a particular study on EOS, and I actually gave the call to buy EOS to make trades off EOS. And let me see, here we go. So back then EOS was looking like this. All I had was the Fibonacci. You can't really see right now. All I used was the Fibonacci Retracement Tool and the 0.618 level. Okay, I said to buy here and collect more if it goes down, and then start selling as it goes up. Okay, how do I do that? This is what it looks like today. So same thing, I started using the Fibonacci Retracement Tool. Start from the bottom and go all the way up. Okay, to make it neater, just drag it here. So remember, in altcoins, the levels you want to look at is 0.618 and 0.786. So you never know. So it was a successful trade because I bought EOS at 0.618 level, and it shot up, right? And then I had another buy order right here, but it didn't crack down. It didn't go below. It started shooting right up here. And if you see the picture, look at that, how perfect it is. I said once it hits right here, the first place you want to sell is 69,000 satoshis, which is this line right here. And guess what? Made a profit. And the second line I said to sell is here. Guess what? We made a profit. But you don't sell 100% at all these levels. You want to sell maybe 20% here, and then another 20% here, and then keep the rest. Because why? The sole reason, this shows you why you should never sell 100% of your altcoins. This is just continuing to moon, and look at that, perfectly. It hit the top of the all-time highs right here, and there's some resistance right here, and you can see traders selling already. But EOS is just going up crazily. So this is how we make decisions based on technical analysis. The first tool, Fibonacci, is very powerful. So it's really interesting. It is really essential to trade altcoins and know that when alts retrace to this level and this level, it's a bargain. Sometimes it will crack below. It's fine. Just hodl it and then use other indicators to determine or to kind of understand why it broke down, and then make your decision based off that. Another one I want to share is Icon. So I bought Icon. This was the Icon chart. Okay, I bought it here, and then I start selling up here. Same thing. All I used was Fibonacci Retracement Tool. Let's go to Icon. Oh, particular studies. Okay. So all I did was same thing. Start from the bottom. Look at this guy here. This is the bottom ICX will go. Drag it all the way up to the top. You could put it here. Okay, just make it neater. Look at that. 0.786 level. Touch here and off we go. Well, again, I would say it is not crystal ball. It's just a place where you could choose to purchase more. You don't want to purchase up here when it's here or here. You want to use this tool to figure out that the coin is retracing back. And again, the important places to look at is 0.618. 0.618 and 0.786. This is the reason why this tool is very important. If you bought it here and then you sell it here, you already made a good profit. and you can sell it here as well. So use Fibonacci Retracement Tool with RSI, with support lines, yada yada yada. You would make a much better decision. But there is a point. There is a, let's see, quant stamp. So quant stamp is interesting. I did a call for quant stamp. Let me find quant stamp. Let me see, where is it? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, there you go. This was the chart that I did for quant stamp, and yeah, using RSI only to determine my entry for quant stamp. So I'll do it with you guys. So same thing. First thing I did was Fibonacci Retracement Tool from the bottom all the way to the top. So my first entry was here, 0.786 level, as always. I bought it here, but it cracks down below. And why should I panic? Because I determined using support lines that this is another bottom, and then this is also another bottom right here. So I split my entries. I bought it here. If it goes down here, I buy more, but it didn't. It started reversing. That's why it reversed is because of the RSI. Okay, and I will talk about RSI in the next video. Okay, so basically, if you want to buy quant stamp, I used 0.786 level. I bought first position here, and look at that. I'm already in profits because it cracks above here. And I support it with the RSI indicator that says it's majorly oversold. So I know this will somehow bounce. If it doesn't bounce, it will just trickle all the way down to the next support level where I have another buy order waiting. And then there's nowhere else to go. Quant stamp is just going to go up. It's how you use technical analysis to make your trades. So that is Fibonacci Retracement Tool. And I'll see you guys in the next video where I will talk about how to use RSI. Okay? And yeah, thanks guys.